Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. Okay. Minus 29.6 Celsius. Can it actually be that cold? Hey Google, what is the temperature in Winnipeg right now?
Currently in Winnipeg, it's minus 29 degrees.
Yep, it's cold. I don't know if this is the coldest day this year. I think we had minus 30 something not that long ago, but maybe not. One of these days it's going to warm up. Yeah. Okay, now, the big reveal has only been out for about 14, 15 hours, and the comments have been sort of pouring in, you might say. I've spent about an hour or more sitting at the computer just now trying to answer them. Some of them I actually typed something in. Some of them I talked to the computer and it translated for me. Speaking of translations, there's a couple of places where I had to translate. And Google doesn't always do well when it translates. Sometimes it gets, the saying, it lost a little bit in the translation. But hey, that's what I have to do because, I don't speak Italian or I don't speak German or whatever it happens to be. So I have to use Google Translator. Anyway, I want to thank you all for commenting. I did see every single comment. And you might have only got a thumbs up, and you're thinking, I've been commenting almost every episode, and all I get is a thumbs up. Well, sorry, I hope I didn't offend you. I appreciate every comment equally, even the ones that I think are maybe a little bit too critical. Okay. Now, where are we going here? All right, today we got to take a couple of measurements and go down in the workshop, and I'm not going to make this shelf any longer than it has to be. Probably just maybe so it'll be an inch. Here we go again. I mean an inch. I mean about 3.5 centimeters longer than sticking out both sides here. That's probably it. We'll just let the ship, silhouette, you might say, against the white wall. And I'm going to be using it. I'm going to be putting it there between the two big clocks, over top of where the big TV used to be a couple of years ago. That's where it's going to go. That's about the only place I can put it in this room. And it'll look good there. We'll go down in the workshop later. If I'm down in the workshop, I may not hear Missy the dog when she comes to the door. And there she'll be at the door waggling her little tail and nobody there to open it. That's kind of sad, isn't it? No, I'm not crying. My eyes are watering. It's an old man thing. Okay, so we want to be ready for Missy the dog. I don't think I dare reach over here and take the cover off. We'll do that later. I've got as far as I know, I've got absolutely everything I need to make the shelf. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to remember how to use my stud finder and find where the studs are in the wall so that I can fasten securely. Otherwise, I have to use one of those drywall fasteners, and it usually ends up making a mess. Mind you, it's just as easy to patch a big hole in a drywall as a little nail hole. If you got to patch it, it's about as easy to do. I haven't done that sort of thing for a long time. Usually what happens is I'll make a hole in the wall and, oh well, as long as the cold air isn't coming in, that's all right. Yeah, this whole house needs huge renovating. Anyway, we will go down the workshop today. Yeah, I haven't done anything down there for a while. It used to be where I spent my life. Okay, let's take some measurements, write them down. I don't think I've got anything else I want to add here. Oh, I noticed that my flip phone this morning, the battery is down to, I think the battery indicator is, it's in three bars is maximum. Well, we're down to 2 of 3 bars. So the battery is slowly getting down. I'm going to wait until the phone doesn't work anymore and then charge it up. If you remember, I was saying that they recommended 3 to 5 times let it run right down and then fully charge it in order to make your battery work properly. Yeah, I've heard that before. I've never tested it, so I don't know. But you know, if the people that sell the battery say that, well, there must be something to it. So. Okay, what do we got here that I want to mention? I don't think there's anything else here that we want to mention. We are about as done as we're going to get here with the sub. I did, if you remember this little hatch that is sticking up here, not the hatch but the door or the panel, and I bumped it and I kind of almost broke it off. I did reinforce that last night. So it's okay. Oh, somebody noted that. This is it looks like an American, or or maybe a British. It's not a German, and he said something to the effect of you wouldn't have you'd have a German sailor on the ship, And I told him that this is a depiction of just after the war and the Allies took over the submarine. I don't think that the Germans scuttled all of them, obviously, but I think that they scuttled a lot of them so that the Allies couldn't get them. That's understandable. I can see that. There'd be a lot of hate and bitterness and envy. We tend to think that I want to make sure I put this right. The guys that were in this ship, they were brainwashed into thinking what they were doing was right. In their minds, they were doing the right thing. And when they had to surrender their ships or their boats to the Allies, there was a lot of envy there, a lot of anger. And they would have no trouble, scuttling their ship. Kind of makes sense. That's human nature. We human beings, I've often said there's nobody funnier than people, and we have this funny. Okay, here's something else that I was thinking. We cut off our nose because we don't like the smell of our feet. It was Flag Day. I took my flag down last night. It's not on the window over there anymore. And, flag waving is all right, but to my way of thinking, flag waving is sort of, I wouldn't say it's the precursor to war, but it is sort of one of the things that we wave our flags and then we start thinking we're a little bit better than you, and then it escalates and escalates and escalates, and next thing you know, we're throwing bombs at each other. But that's human nature. We just do that. I have a good friend, and he thinks a little bit different from me, and back when the United States was, I don't know if they're kidding or serious, talking about making Canada their 51st state. And we were talking about that, and I was saying, well, I hope this doesn't escalate into some kind of a war. And then the conversation got around, and I said, I'm of the opinion, years ago there used to be a saying, I would rather be red than dead. And that's me. I would rather be the 51st state than what happened in the Ukraine. I mean, look at the mess. They would have been, in my opinion, now this is just my opinion. Other people say, oh, no, no, no. And that's your opinion. But I'm of the opinion that they would have been far better off to have, what's the word, capitulate or something? Or negotiate and, you know, join back with the Soviet Union than have their country completely in the mess it is right now. Now, I know the news media has a tendency to make things look worse than it really is. My goodness, are we ever getting off the subject here? Anyway, you get my feeling. I would sooner be peaceful, and hey, maybe it's not exactly, we might be, you know, not waving the same flag or whatever. But you know, if Canada and the United States join together, I have no problem with the United States of Canada. Okay. Let's get going here before I get myself shot. Yeah. Okay, how long does this shelf have to be here? Anyway, let's change the subject. Okay, it looks like if I make the shelf about, 22 inches. Yeah, 22 inches. And about, I'm guessing, 6 inches deep. I'm sure I'm going to be able to find a board down in the workshop that is that big. Oh my, am I ever in trouble? Am I ever in trouble? I can just see it now. I can just hear the clicking. Unsubscribing. Okay, let's get at it here and get serious. Now, we are not going to open this outside door until we absolutely have to. Okay, looks like now we absolutely have to. Come on in and thaw out your poor little paws.
Whoa. Ooh, dangerous cold.
It is dangerously cold.
Minus 43 centigrade, minus 46 Fahrenheit
With the wind chill.
with a wind chill. That's the way the wind feels on your skin, which is really all you're worried about. Oh!
You know, this tail here. Here, sit yourself down. One of the viewers was saying I could have used Missy's wagging tail to polish that that plastic yesterday.
It creates quite a fan.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cold. I don't know. Is today the coldest day we've had this year so far, or have we?
I think so, Ron.
Yeah.
I think so.
I don't remember it being colder than this. At least this year, that is.
And on Saturday, I think it's supposed to be get up close to minus what or something.
That'll be nice.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go out today. I'm just gonna stay inside and eat chocolate.
You're gonna have to work out at that gym a lot harder next week to make up for all this. I was gonna say Halloween, Valentine's Day chocolate.
I bought 4 tires. Goodyear sent me a prepaid MasterCard. You have to sort of spend it all in one thing. So on top of the roses, I spent this whole thing on a basket, a gift basket. But this gift basket is like this and this tall, and it's all filled with different kinds of chocolate and chocolate bars and boxes of chocolates and chips. We're having fun. We're going to have to pay the piper and worry about dieting.
Well, I've still got all my Halloween candy in the cupboard that's left over. I haven't eaten any of it yet, but every once in a while I think about it.
So this is Monday. It's a holiday, Louis Riel Day.
Louis Riel Day.
It is.
Oh my goodness, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not very patriotic.
Most every. I'm not sure Louis Riel was either, but he was patriotic to his own people.
Okay.
Which is all I guess any of us could say. I'll see you this afternoon.
We'll see you this afternoon. Bye, Missy. Bye, Missy.
Here we go. We're on our way.
Bye, Missy.
Don't breathe, Turkey. You'll cough.
Oh. Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Okay, very carefully here now. Ready for the next time. Now, okay, 1 by 6, which will be 3/4 of an inch by 5.5 inches, and about 23 inches long. That should be big enough. That'd be for the top of it. Now it's gonna be deeper than that, because I have to hide where I'm gonna have the the batteries and the wires and all that kind of stuff. I think we may as well get down in the workshop and see what we can find. Just a quick update here. Remember Mike was trying to send us a photo of that hatch? Well, here it is, and if you look closely you can clearly see there is a hatch leaning up against that panel. So I think I got it pretty well right. Thanks, Mike. Okay, I don't know what's happened here, but in the last couple of hours I've really lost my mojo. So we're just going to take a little walk around in the workshop. This is for those of you who have never been down here. We'll go into the main room first. I'm not going to be using my 4K camera. I'm just going to use the 360, and we'll just sort of swing it around. Yeah, this used to be my life. Oh, speaking of model ships, there we go. I think I better wind my clock. Okay. Alrighty. Tennessee Jim, recognize this? Okay, yeah, it's a private joke. Okay, dust collector, beautiful table saw. But you know what I am not seeing, and I've been down here for about 5 minutes already, what I am not seeing is a board that I need. Yeah. Okay, this used to be my pen turning stand. I used to keep all my pens on it. I turned a lot of pens on this lathe. Now, unfortunately, something's happened to it. Yeah, I think the controller's burned out. Alrighty. Okay, let's go to where there might be a board, but what's this? That's a piece of plywood. It's about the right size, though. I might end up having to use plywood. Oh, that wouldn't hurt, you know. Cut something like that down, and maybe that's what I'll have to do. Alrighty. Let's just go into what I, excuse me, what I refer to as my mental room. The washroom here. Alrighty. This machine here, the scroll saw, I've spent a few hours sitting in front of that. This is a fun machine. Now this is, as far as I know, it's the only woodworking machine in here. The rest of the stuff has all got to do with metal. Power hacksaw, a welder. Alrighty, we got a sort of a mediocre lathe here, but it does the trick. Now this is where I was hoping to be able to find a board. But the only way I'm going to be able to use a board is if the right size is if I take something like this and glue them together. I could do that, and a few years ago it would have been something I would have liked to do, but right now I just don't have the energy for that kind of stuff anymore. Alrighty, well, what else can I tell you? Oh, this poor basement, it needs to be all cleaned up. I used to keep it so nice and neat. Let's go back upstairs here and try and decide what we're going to do. I got a feeling we're going to end this episode. Like I said earlier, I've kind of lost my mojo. And right now it's 7 minutes after 12. Yeah, all kinds of wonderful power tools. Okay, let's go upstairs. Okay. Yeah, guess I better apologize for my lack of exuberance here. Many, many years ago, I got this box of batteries. And I was looking at it this morning, like I knew they were pretty old, and it says used by 2014. Well, that's what, 11 years ago? But I was hoping to be able to use them. It looks like a couple of them I have used already a little bit. Let's just check them and see what kind of voltage we're getting that's left in them. I'm hoping that I can use these because I do have a D-size flashlight battery holder. So let's, for the fun of it, see what we got going on here. Let's turn this up. I think you should be able to read that. All right. That one's right up. That one's right up. Okay, now these two I obviously used a little bit. It says used slightly. But they're still good as well. Okay, so yeah, I should be able to use a couple of these to produce my 3 volts. Alright, so that should work. And like I say, down in my workshop and in my big red toolbox, as best I remember, I didn't check this morning, but there's a holder that will hold at least 2 of these things. Make it a little easier. Yeah, I'm going to call her quits here for today. I just, as I said a couple of times, I've just sort of lost my mojo here. And yeah, I don't know if it's sort of some sort of anticlimactic thing that's going on because the submarine is done, or if I just don't feel like going down to the workshop and smelling sawdust. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody, and all being well, we're gonna see you tomorrow.